Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day 2 of the voiceover experiment. My name is Sam, and these are my builds. So today I'm actually building in Strangerville, and I don't generally build in Strangerville. There is something about the world that just doesn't feel right when I'm building, so I just simply avoid it. And it also kind of reminds me of Oasis, so I just would rather build there. Today I'm actually building an underground bunker. It is not the original bunker I had planned. I spent 4 hours of my morning building this massive bunker on a huge lot, 4 levels down. It was meant to be a kind of rental with all of these different intricate things to it. There was offices and a school area where the kids could go. There was playrooms, and everything was divided, so the children had their own space and the teens had their own space, the adults had their own rooms. It was quite literally a community underground. That being said, I lost that build because I lost power, so everything I worked on for 4 hours was gone. So after my frustration wore down a bit, I decided, okay, I'm just gonna build a small one for today, see where that goes. And so this is more of a family bunker, so it would hold a family. It still has the garden underneath, and we'll get there, but right now I'm just kind of adding some stairs to the middle, opening it up, and dividing up the space, which was kind of hard because I wanted it to have an interesting layout. I wanted it to have the shape. I wanted the shape to be seamless going through, like you would imagine. Originally I was going to make it a little more round, but then I thought round walls are not my friend, so I'm going to not do that. So instead I divvied it up here. My idea is I'm going to do kitchen on one side, a living area on the other, a bathroom on that main floor, and then we'll kind of see where it goes from there. I did use some eco-living stuff and I really liked it, but I used a lot of Journey to Batuu stuff because I generally don't use that pack, but I thought it might be fitting today. So I'm adding the flooring in and seeing where that goes, seeing if I like it, checking out the walls. Now this second floor down is going to be bedrooms. So again, I'm going in with that same idea, hoping that there's enough space for my Sims to grow, or your Sims, I guess, also. So I've got the master bedroom on one side, and I'm thinking a bedroom, a bathroom, toddlers, gotta have a space for the babies. And this last floor here is where I've kind of thought about having a sheltered garden, but I haven't play tested it, so I'm not quite sure if it'll work out. But my goal here, again, is that it would be self-sufficient. So your Sims would basically lock that main door at the top and live inside and be self-sufficient in their bunker. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever played the Apocalypse Challenge. I did for a bit, actually, on my TikTok, which I don't do anymore, but it was actually quite fun. So essentially, the Apocalypse Challenge, you have nothing until you unlock it through careers and learning skills, etc. So this kind of reminded me of that. So here is that garden in the bottom, the third floor down, I should say. I'm going to throw in some vertical gardens here because I feel as though maybe it'll save some space. But I'm going to throw in some regular little... Actually, side note, that flooring is dirt. Can we build on that? Probably not. Although that would be pretty cool. That would save some space. So I'm going to make a bathroom. I have to have a bathroom on every floor. It just makes the most sense to me. And when you have a full house and there's only one bathroom, it is chaotic. So in our little bunker, we're going to have a bathroom on every floor, and I kind of wanted them to be dark because really, I mean, when I think of a bunker, I don't see whites and brights and big luxurious tubs. You know, I'm seeing like a dark, dingy, survival mode basement, essentially. Here, this is like a work area. You know, I mean, if you're living underground and you're relying on yourself, you need to be able to do some woodwork or, you know, your chemistry set. And I think there's a robotics in there. Did I throw robotics? And of course a gym. So thinking of longevity for a single family, you gotta kind of keep it cool. So I'm adding some things to the wall to kind of give it an environment that won't make your sibs so uncomfortable. So I did use a lot of eco lifestyle too. I felt the doors were kind of fitting. Journey to Betu only gives you 2 double doors, so I really liked the eco lifestyle single doors that kind of look very metallic. So we're going to use those in here quite a bit, actually. In the larger original bunker, I say large, it was massive. So all the rooms were the same, and essentially my idea was that the bedrooms for the adults would be the rentals. Your children, your teens, your babies, your infants would all have a bedroom in the shared space. It's a little hard to explain my vision here as I am explaining it to you, but actually I don't know if that's possible. Can you have your baby's crib in the shared area? Interesting. If someone playtests that, can you let me know? But essentially, the adults' bedrooms would be the rental space and everything else would be shared. And so all of the teens would sleep in the teen area, and off of the teens' bedroom area would be a learning space. So there was computers and easels, there were bookshelves and more, obviously, kind of to prep them onto the next stage of their life, in which case they would start, quote unquote, working in the floor below or in the offices above. And so it was really interesting to build. And then I obviously got cut off when the power flickered and I lost everything. So I will try it again. It was really cool, and it's a build that I myself want to play in, and I think it's the perfect kind of gameplay that we have now with the For Rent Pack. Before, obviously, you could have used a mod, and you know, you could have had 100 things in your house. But now with the For Rent Pack, you can set them up as rentals and have however many Sims you want in the house. And so I'm really interested to see how all these different types of buildings are going to function with the For Rent Pack, and how the rentals can kind of play a different role, I guess. Like, for example, I really want to make a trailer park. I want to make a retirement home. I want to make that big bunker. I want to see how everything falls together. Obviously, we know how they work in a home setting, and I just want to see all of the opportunities that we now have with this new pack. I did not make this, I didn't give this lot any challenges. I didn't give them any traits, but I think that would probably help you out in this gameplay if you do decide to download this and test it out. I ideally would have really liked to have the water trait, the geothermal trait, and probably off the grid and mold, because I think that's, you know, mold is quite likely when you're living underground, and so I think that'd be kind of interesting to see how that works out. And probably a few others. I mean, in my mind, if your Sims are living in a bunker, the story would be that something has happened. So I would really like to go in it, but for the sake of this build and for your own purposes, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want you guys to feel restricted with the gameplay that you could have. So if you do, you could just go up into the manage panel and change the settings and the lot challenges of your own game. So the kitchen is kind of small, and I used base game for the kitchen just because it was dark, and I wanted everything to kind of have this dark, dingy vibe, like I said. So I wanted the kitchen to look a bit dark, obviously, much like the others. I really wish these garbage cans had different colors to them. The colors were added to the similar fridges, microwaves, and ovens, the very expensive ones that are unbreakable. And I feel as though it should have also been added to these garbages, or maybe it has been and I missed that. But they're just so white. They're just so white, but they're so perfect. When you put the garbage in, you don't have to worry about taking them to a second disposal area, and you make money off of it. And I don't know if that's a glitch, but I'm sharing that information with you. It is worth the purchase. So, and I've actually just discovered the other day that we have this glass floor. And I have been looking for a glass floor for a while, and now as I'm building my underground bunker, I find the floor that I was looking for. So I'm gonna have to save that. I also noticed there's a place for favorites, but I'm not sure how that works because I can't click on something and make it my favorite. I'm gonna have to double check that, but that would be really cool if I could have favorites, or even kind of, I miss The Sims 3, you guys. I could change the colors to whatever I wanted. I could make folders for themes, or, throw everything that I needed for a bathroom in there that I would use, or create color swatches that made more sense. I really, really miss that. More than the cars, more than the open world and no loading screens, I miss the option to save your items and change colors and make things more unique. And with that being said, now I'm working on the top here. As you can see, it's kind of lifted the ground where I built the bunker underneath. That is not very subtle, but I'm gonna roll with it. So again, I made this building with mostly the werewolf pack, because it had the grossest items. So that's what I used. They were just kind of like worn and torn and dirty, and I thought that was fitting. I wanted the small building holding the entrance to the bunker to look really dingy. And so here I've put the water holders, like the water containers, and the solar panels here so that if you wanted to go off the grid, you could. And it also helps eliminate those bills, because obviously your Sims would not really be working. In my mind, your Sims are not leaving this lot. So, but I also wanted all of this to be hidden. So I'm just gonna go in and add some greenery and kind of hide all of these solar panels and the water containers, but I also have to leave a little space because, as we know, the water containers actually break every so often. I'm not sure if that's the case with the solar panels. Usually I get the ones that go on the roof, but that would look a little too fancy and quite difficult to hide, so I didn't do that today. But yeah, so I really can't wait to build the large underground bunker for your Sims. My thought is that it would be a Sims community, and so I'm really excited to build that for you, probably in the next coming weeks. And I'm so excited for people to playtest and let me know how it works, and if you like it, and if you feel it's missing something, you let me know. But for now, this one will have to do, so we're going to call it the mini bunker, and it will fit your family, and hopefully sustain your Sims without them having to leave the lot. Right now, kids and teens can't go to school from home, so you know, but we'll figure that out another day. For now, this will have to do, and thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. And if you have other ideas that you would like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, bye for now.